Week in professional wrestling this week, we have seen New Japan Pro Wrestling with Wrestle Kingdom 9, hosted by Global Force Entertainment, also known as Global Force Wrestling. Jeff Jarrett. Actually, Jeff Jarrett participated in a match there. Bullet Club was all over the place. We'll get to that another day. Lucha Underground returns the 7th of January, which was now 2 days ago, and they crowned a new World Heavyweight Champion. We'll get to that. I haven't seen it yet. I'm a little behind on everything. This is a feel-good report. This is all about TNA. And speaking of which, that's another thing they came to the big time this week, was making a historical week, was TNA's return to television. Naysayers, you were wrong again. You were wrong again. Yeah, we're wrong again. It's awesome when people hate something, or they say hate, can't stand it. Hate such a big word, such a bad word. The naysayers, they say, oh, I can't stand TNA. TNA's falling apart. TNA's not going to make it back. TNA this and TNA that. And TNA this and TNA that. Actually, if you take the Wolves, okay, and you put them against the Usos, the Wolves would clearly beat the Usos any day of the week. Put Bobby Roode against John Cena, Bobby Lashley against Brock Lesnar, and it goes on and on and on like that. I believe that in comparison to, which I always do, I always compare the two, WWE versus TNA, versus ROH, versus New Japan Pro Wrestling. I have a theory about New Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll get to that another time. Mahabe Shira versus Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. And you get the picture there. This week TNA was really good. It was a live show, straight up and in your face, just like we like it. This time it was in the Manhattan Center in New York City again. And usually, I cut this out, but I'm not going to do it. You know why? Because it's Friday night. It was Friday night. It is now Saturday morning, 1:47 a.m. And I'm just going to flow through this. So if I say a lot, or I'm kind of like, duh, then who cares? Because I'm going to post it anyway. This is a show that I'm going to call the straight up show. I'm not cutting it. I'm not fixing it. I'm not starting all over again. I'm just going to do it because this is what I do. The fun stuff. And right now, I'm here to have fun. 1:47 a.m. You can probably guess why. Here it is. TNA Impact started out great. It was a lot of, take a look at these guys getting ready to go to the arena. Let's take a look at these guys driving through what I honestly looked at as a party bus. I've been in a party bus. They're awesome. This looked like a party bus. Two groups of TNA that was on the show. That night, and they get to the arena. One bus pulls up, next bus pulls up, both buses unload, and here we are, bunch of guys together, bunch of girls together. There was a firefight! Huge brawl ensues. Everybody's fighting. It spills from the parking lot to the backstage, all the way out into ringside area. Everybody's beating the hell out of each other. It was great. Kurt Angle finally comes out, doesn't necessarily make peace with anybody, doesn't try to necessarily break the fight up. Says to I see I almost said Global Force. This is part where I would stop, but no, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna keep going. Says to security, what are you doing? This is New York fucking City. He didn't say fucking, but he said this is New York City. And really, he was right. It was New York City. Don't try to stop this. It was huge. Everybody's fighting with everybody. Nobody really. You see everybody going after from November or the December all the way until now. You see the rivalries are still going. So it's good. Just want to recap. Let's just say EC3 has been making a name for himself in the indie circuits with Matt Cross as his tag team partner. So who is Matt Cross? For all of you people who actually don't watch the indie circuit, Matt Cross is also known as the Masked Luchador. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. As soon as I can think of his name. Son of Havoc. He's a guy that's dressed in all black. He looks like a henchman, like a guy that's gonna take somebody's head off for the king. Hell of a talent, and EC3 is tag teaming with him. And from what I understand, I haven't personally seen him in action, but from what I understand, these guys have made a hell of an impact as a tag team in the indie circuit. So that's what's been going on there. Not able to see anything else. We all know, whoever didn't see it, check out the Ratt report. You might have to scroll down a little bit. Mahabe Shira, I'm not saying the name right, but I don't have it in front of me. Mahabe Shira. He's part of the Revolution now with James Storm. It is what it is. I knew he was going to go there. It's a good pick by James Storm. I would prefer to see Low Key in there, but we'll get to Low Key later. Situation with him. Kurt Angle comes out and starts pointing fingers. Bobby Roode, you're going to defend your title. Storm and Abyss, you're going to defend the tag team titles. Terrence Terrell, you're going to defend your women's title. And I mean, the fight seemed to have broken up a little bit, you know. MVP jumps in the ring and starts running his mouth. I just want to point this out. MVP, we all know that I am not a friend. I am not a fan of MVP at all. I didn't like him in WWE. I don't like him in TNA. I don't like him in whatever he does, whatever he goes. I don't like him. I'm gonna point out facts, not make things up. I might throw something in there like MVP to me, he looks like he's stocked up, like he's bulked up a bit. Maybe 24/7 at the gym. That could do it. It's been, I mean, since what, September, October was the last time they did any kind of video tapings for the shows, TV tapings for the shows. Could be 24/7 working out, maybe 16/7, maybe spend 16 hours in the gym or 10 hours in the gym bulking up over the past several months. But to me, he looks really fucking big. He looks a lot bigger than what he did in December when we last seen him. Personally, I think that he's maybe using some steroids, but maybe that's induced by the fact that I just don't like him. That's it. I don't like his character. I'm not going to take away his talent, but I don't don't like him. I just don't like him. It's not because he's playing a bad guy in TNA. I didn't like him in WWE. I did not think that he was capable of being great, being a world champion. I didn't think he was capable of a singles competitor in any sort of way. See that mask right there? See that mask? That mask? It's Payaso Loco, just so you know. It's Payaso Loco. Official mask. You can't buy him anywhere. You can't find his masks anywhere else but right here on the Ratt Report. You might see him again. You might not see him again. He's a mysterious creature, mysterious character. But he's a hell of a freaking mask. I'm going to tell you that. Payaso Loco. We'll get to that another day. MVP Kurt Angle announces that he is stepping down from the director of talent relations. He's no longer operations guy, GM. I like to call commissioner. He's no longer that guy anymore. He's no longer going to be in that guy. He is now announced and cleared and released to wrestle, and he challenges MVP for a street fight. And I know that I just said that I didn't like MVP at all. I'm not a fan, but that boy can technically wrestle. He didn't out-wrestle Kurt Angle, not by far, but he held his own. He held it up to him. There was a street fight with no weapons, no outside interference at all, no crap like that. It was a straight-up fight, straight-up wrestling match on the mat, standing up. Kurt Angle won with the Angle Slam. We knew that was going to happen. I really liked the match. It was good. Not a fan of MVP, but I will say he held his own all the way around. Josh Matthews and Taz, they show him. Josh Matthews recognizes Taz's 3 title reigns. Excuse me. I like that. I like that they and this is the same with New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 9. I just want to say there was a lot of mention about former wrestlers, current wrestlers, and wrestling companies. That brings me to this. Josh Matthews recognizing Taz's 3 title reigns. Usually I have this list of actual things that titles that somebody has actually held. There's more than 3 recognized as ECW titles. I like the fact that Mike Tenay is in the back doing interviews. Do you remember, for those who watched WCW, Mike Tenay was the guy out in the back. He would get harassed. So we got that little guy back there chewing on things. Anyway, it was just a cat. Mike Tenay getting harassed. Man, he interviewed Big Papa Pump. And Big Papa Pump grabbed him by his throat and held him down. He was in his trailer. Held him down by his throat. Mike Tenay's just, he's an old guy, he's brittle, he's small, but he's not afraid of the talent. You know, I think it's a insurance policy for him. If he gets hurt by one of the talent, he just sues the shit out of them and gets all this money from them. Takes a little while off work, comes back. There you go. Tag team title match, Revolution came out in force to support Storm and Abyss. It was a good match versus the Wolves. World Tag Team titles are on the line. Great match. But, you know, and it was just as we suspected it would be. And I know it's a predictability. we kind of expected predictability in pro wrestling, and some of this has been a swerve. However, the Revolution interferes just enough. They stayed out for the most of the match, but they interfere just enough so Storm can hit that super kick, and the Wolves lose. Super kick comes out of nowhere, but it was good. Good, great super kick anyway. See, this is what I do. And now you are sitting there laughing at me or thinking I'm an idiot. Either way, I don't care. Because you're going to like it or you're not going to like it. And what a great match. The match ended. Abyss and James Storm win due to a super kick pinfall. That super kick came out of nowhere. MVP and Bobby Lashley seemed to be having problems backstage. What I thought was problems that they were having backstage, I thought they were having problems backstage, but, you know, EC3, I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. I've already said what he's been up to. He calls out Rockstar Spud. Says, I can get you out of here like that. Out comes Trainwreck, Tyrannus, Trainwreck. I don't know what his fucking name is. I'm not a fan of him either. At all. I did not like Brodus Clay. I do not like Trainwreck. You know why? Because I think Yeah. Hey. You remember when he would come out with the fuckadactyls and come out and be like, look at that. Somebody call my mama. Somebody call my mama. See, that's shit that I can't fucking stand. That is why I don't like Trainwreck. Besides that, he's just big. He's big, he's not muscular, he doesn't have any talent at all, and people are going to argue that's fact, but what has he done in professional wrestling? What has he done in professional wrestling? Absolutely nothing. And what's he doing? He's following. He was, the only thing that made him big in WWE were the Funkadactyls. That's it. The rest of it, forget it, because he couldn't wrestle. Ryback couldn't pick him up for the shell shock because he's too freaking fat. But I'm serious. Trainwreck is exactly that, a train wreck. He carries Rockstar Spud out, throws him around, throws him in the ring, holds on to him. You know, I'd like to see him take on Bram. Bram, seriously, would beat the hell out of Trainwreck. I'm not even going to call him by his name. I'm going to call him Trainwreck. Tyrus, whatever his name is, Tyrus, I believe it is. He's just an idiot. That's it. No talent at all. And I'm going to move on from there. They ended up shaving... yeah. They ended up shaving Jeremy Borash's head. I can't wait to see what happens next. Now, they taped 7th and 8th. So, we're going to see what happens next week, but next week's going to be pre-recorded. But anyway, tune in anyway. You know, 359,000 viewers. Do you think they're going out of business anytime soon? And they have they have a pay-per-view coming up. It's a one-night only pay-per-view, but it's gonna be a good one. Check it out.
I don't believe it. I know you're like.
Check it out on man, heartburn. Check it out. TNAWrestling.com, that'll tell you where the hell to find it. I can't find it right now. I don't even feel like it. X Division, they showed a video package of the X Division. It was great. Low-Key comes out, defends his title against Austin fucking Aries. The match went great, exactly as I suspected. Not as much high flying and craziness as I was hoping for, but Austin Aries versus Low-Key was top notch X Division action. It doesn't matter. You know, they explain in New Japan Pro Wrestling and they explain in NWA. When you have a junior heavyweight championship, that's a weight class. X Division does not have a weight class. That's why Abyss has had it. That's why Samoa Joe has had it. And people are like, it's Samoa Joe weighs 300 pounds and Abyss weighs 500 pounds. Just to be dicks, that's what they say. But there is no weight class in X Division. Just want to point that out. Austin Aries wins it, pins him with the brain buster, huge brain buster, and for me, I have to say, this was a win-win for me. If Low-Key would have won, I would have marked. And yes, I would have marked. Yes, I am a mark. Because without guys like me who admit to being marks, professional wrestling would have zero fans. You are a mark. Just like me. You know why you're a mark? Because you're a fan. And a mark is somebody that a wrestling company wants to get him. They want to get him. They want to put him in this little circle right here and hold you there. That's a mark. Professional wrestling. Marks. See? I explained it to you. Win-win situation for me. Austin Aries, new X Division champion. That's one championship. Let's see. Let's put this. Let's go here. Let's put this way down here. Way down here. That's one title. One title changed hands. X Division title. Tag team title did not change hands. That stays on Abyss and James Storm. Got these notes. I've got these notes on the side of my thing, and this is how I keep track of everything. And sometimes the cursors can't see them. So the sidebars, the scroll bars. Let's see here. Knockouts Battle Royal. This, my fiance has never seen Awesome Kong. Never seen. You've never seen Awesome Kong.
No.
She finally got to see Awesome Kong. And I gotta say, I had fucking goosebumps from hell. They were crawling all over my skin.
I'm not impressed.
You gotta see her wrestle.
Okay, well, I'll wait.
We had beautiful people. Who are the beautiful people? Madison Rayne and Angelina Love versus Gail Kim versus Havoc versus Knockouts champion Taryn Terrell versus Madison Rayne versus Rebel. Great over-the-top rope battle royal. It came down to Havoc and Taryn Terrell. Havoc loses. Taryn Terrell wins, holds the Knockouts title. Rebel comes in, or not Rebel, I'm sorry, she left a long time ago. Havoc comes in, attacks Taryn Terrell, beats her up, lights go out, lights come back on. Kong! Gotta say, I'm excited to see Kong back. I don't know if I can say I seen a spoiler out, but I seen she was in the back Early Wednesday afternoon while I was at work, I read something that Kong was backstage, gonna be backstage. I work until 8:30. I didn't get to see this until last night, and woo, after work, I was so excited. Kong back in the ring, and I'm surprised that Kong made it back just because of the fact that she had a lot of bad things to say about Dixie Carter. She tweeted a lot of shit. She talked a lot of shit. She's been in a lot of interviews. She went to WWE. You see the looks. You see, this is the thing about WWE. You've got somebody as awesome as Kong. That's why they called her Awesome Kong. And they didn't do anything with her. They didn't do anything. Did a little bit, but not much. She ended up announcing her pregnancy and then left. And that's a bunch of shit. We all know she wasn't pregnant. That was just a storyline from WWE. If I am wrong, please correct me. Comment below on here. Comment on the Ratt Report. Comment in Indie to TNA. Comment in one of the groups I share this in. Comment and let me know. But I am 99.9% positive that Kong did not have a child. I'm not saying anything because she could. She's a lovely black woman. But I'd be afraid to have sex with her just because she'd probably beat the shit out of me. Same with Havoc. But I think Havoc's yummy. Anyway, go on with that. So Kong came back. It's good to see Awesome Kong back in TNA ring. What's going to happen next? I think I see a big fight. A big fight. We're going to see a lot more of... Oh, God, sneeze. We're going to see a lot more of Kong versus Havoc in the near future. Let's go to the main event. Now, this main event is something that... It was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. MVP and Kenny King came. They returned back to the arena or whatever with two guys in a mask. They beat up security. They came to ringside, and they actually hung out. They did what the Hardys did during the tag team match, and I forgot to mention that earlier. Hardys came out.
I forgot what it was called too.
They didn't say anything big. They didn't challenge anybody. They just stood there and watched. But you know what they're planning on doing. You know that they're planning a run with the tag team titles. But anyway, let's go on. Let's go get to this. They beat up security. They stood there at ringside. They pulled the ref out. Ref was covering Bobby Roode. 1, 2. They pulled the referee out. They beat him up. They jumped up on the ringside apron. I can't believe what happened next. And let me just say, this angle, I've been trying to watch things, watch what's going to happen. I don't watch spoilers. I don't catch anything. But I just wanted a little bit of something out there. And this is what I like about professional wrestling. This is what I love about professional wrestling. Especially the indie stuff and TNA stuff, ROH, New Japan. I can't put New Japan out there with independent wrestling. I just can't do it. Anyway, I can't. I watch and I try to catch things. I try to read things. No spoilers have been out. Usually, Motown's wrestling group and Indie to TNA, we don't do spoilers. But I belong to other groups in Facebook, and somebody always posts a spoiler somewhere. You see any spoilers about this? The masked men climbed up on the ring apron, and they revealed themselves as low-key Smojo. What's going on with that? Do you hear that? Okay. So I've got somebody, my boy is here. He loves professional wrestling. I'll try not to let him hear this because I don't like spoilers. I know he doesn't like them. So EY comes on the ring and he's chasing everybody out of the ring. Yeah, let me EY. Crash! It's Bobby Roode in the head with the chair. I'm like, what the fuck? Expected nothing like this. I didn't see any of this coming. Nothing of this main event that happened. I didn't expect any of it. Bobby Lashley hits the spear. 1, 2, 3. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion.
That I don't believe.
Now, am I seeing a new faction here? MVP, they're calling themselves the Family. I seen this in, was it Indie to TNA or was it Motown's wrestling group that I heard this? Indie to TNA. You gotta check this page out. It's a group. I admin it. A lot of great admins, very active people, very active. Everything and anything you want to know about the independent circuit, go right there. TNA, ROH, 2CW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, NWA, Sports Entertainment Wrestling in Ohio, independent, everything independent. And New Japan Pro Wrestling, because really New Japan Pro Wrestling isn't independent. If you go to Japan, it's the WWE, but better, 1,000 times better. You're not gonna see drunk women dancing around and bunnies break dancing and stupid crap like that. If they put a mask on Aaron Neville and make him fucking Mickey Mouse like I've read, that'll piss me off because Adrian Neville is awesome. So there you go, there you have it. It's been great. Two title changes. Great show. Next week it'll be on Friday. I believe that tomorrow, which would be today, on Saturday, they're gonna have a best of show or something on Destination America. Alright, so keep an eye out on Destination America. If not, there's all over the place. I found this actual show on YouTube. Everywhere you want to find out. You want to find out anything about anything, Google. Follow me on Facebook. Ratt Report, of course, the Ratt Report. I do shows on independent shows that I can actually catch and stuff that I can find. The Matt Report, and I post stuff all the time. All the time, I'm always posting something. Much like this TNA report that I do it. I'm going to do it every week. May not be Wednesday night, or it may not be Friday nights. It may not be on. Oh, and just so everybody's clear, TNA is moving to Friday nights starting next week, I do believe. Next Friday is going to be, and they're not going to see it on Wednesday. You're going to see it on Friday. I do believe it's going to be a TV taping. We already know. But let's see what happens. Jeremy Borash is going to have bald head, or he's going to have marks. He's going to have shaved spots on his head. I'd shave it myself. But, that's just me. You can't have a hair match if you're wrestling against me, because win or lose, I'm not going to lose my hair. And if I do, I'm not going to lose much. So anyway, follow me on Facebook, Ratt Report, right here on YouTube. Subscribe down below on YouTube. Rattocrat, I had to think about that. And follow me on Twitter, the Ratt Report. This is Ratman. Also, you can find me in Indie to TNA, Indie 2, number 2, TNA. We talk about everything and anything independent wrestling from, like I said, TNA, 2CW, ROH. We even post stuff about New Japan, Wrestle One, NWA, all over the world. Everything, Noah, everything. Don't miss out, because if you miss out, it's not my fault, because I warned you. If you're missing it, if you're not there, then you're missing it. We do tournaments in Indie 2 TNA. We do a lot of stuff in there, a lot. Come down, check it out. You're 18 years old or older, 21 years or older, actually 21 years or older, you can join. If you're 18, 19 years old and you're not gonna crap, listen, we have promoters in there. If you're an independent wrestler who's looking to make it big, we have promoters, we have wrestling companies, we have fellow wrestlers, we have AR Fox, part of us. Miss Dyslexia, part of us. Joe Bruiser of NWA, SCW, Marion is in there. We have Don, Mr. Tap Out Don Fulmer is in there, who is actually my cousin. He's no longer wrestling anymore. He's thinking about coming back and doing one more match, but that's neither here nor there. But he's part of us. Come in, be active, post what you want. If you're an independent wrestler, post your videos all over the place in Indie to TNA, and we will spotlight you. Do it, because there's people out there who are watching, and people out there who are reading our posts, reading our statuses in Indie to TNA. Seriously. Ratt Report, like it. I keep posting stuff all the time. Everything. I'll post stuff about Chris Benoit, like it or not. That's what I do. The list goes on and on and on. CM Punk, everything wrestling, I'm going to post. You're not going to find much about WWE on there, unless it's something that I can relate to an independent scene. Because I really don't watch WWE. And for obvious reasons. Just watch that product and then watch Lucha Underground. Watch WWE Raw, and then watch from this week, and then watch New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 9. Just an example. Check it out. Both of them are going to be on YouTube. Both of them are going to be all over the internet. Just saying. So anyway, this is Ratman Rich Fulmer. This has been your fucked up Ratt Report. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to do more. I still have New Japan Pro Wrestling to cover from Wrestle Kingdom 9. Awesome match. Awesome freaking shows. I can't even say enough about it. Awesome shows. Lucha Underground comes back. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm going to watch that tomorrow. Do a little catching up on Lucha Underground. They're going to crown a new champion. This is Ratman Rich Fulmer, and this has been your Ratt Report. Oh, this is your open Ratt Report.